Simpson. And Japan have gone absolutely without lead. This is Whitmore. Hall and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boys who take the lead.
Ball chat. Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to Ball Chat Podcast, a special edition show requested by the fans. My name is Benton. Junior is on the phone. Junior, Wagwan family, how you doing?
I'm with them out. You know, with them on the road, the hostile fan earlier, so I help him join them sorrows.
Okay, I say you're trying to console.
No, I help him join them sorrows.
And are you them have as brethren?
Well, you know, friends like me, you don't need enemies. So, you know, it takes a special person to wear two hats at once.
All right, see that. Junior, you know why we're here. Yesterday we did a watch along of the Champions League final and requested that we do a preview of the Reggae Boys game coming up, World Cup qualifier game coming up against Dominican Republic, set up for this Thursday. So we're going to do a preview. We're going to look at the squad and of course we're going to do a watch along. But for that game coming up. But overall, what's your early reading going into another World Cup qualifying cycle for Jamaican football and the Jamaican men's team on a whole?
I have a thing that I was thinking about, because after BM put the show yesterday, I was thinking about today's show and what mindset should I have, right? And you know, one thing about us and one thing about me on this show, you always say those are the views of Junior, and I would say those are the views of Benson. But at the end of the day, and come on, but at the end of the day, we're speaking our truth, right? And we don't hide and we don't hold back things. I think JFF need to take on a little bit of our personality, and I will explain more later. But that's my early read. My early read is we are not approaching these games the way we should. And that's a problem for me.
Okay. 2026 World Cup cycle kicking off. Well, it already kicked off in CONCACAF, but it's officially kicking off for Reggae Boys this week against Dominican Republic. 48 teams will be in the 2026 World Cup, hosted here in the States and Canada and Mexico. Junior, bottom line, if we cannot make it, i.e. if we or Jamaica cannot qualify for this 48 teams tournament, expanded World Cup, what does that say, family?
It don't say anything other than we're not good. And that is a sentiment that I have. And even if it was the regular 32 before it was 32 teams.
Yes.
Even if it was the regular 32 teams, Jamaica still should be qualifying for this World Cup, because it was the top three teams automatically qualify, and then the fourth place team goes into a playoff. Jamaica has proven that they are in the top three in the region. We went to Canada last year and came from there and beat the Canada big side in the Nations League. So Jamaica is the third best team in CONCACAF currently playing.
You know what? All right. Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to the third best team in CONCACAF and all that stuff in a few minutes.
You see your reaction. That's what pisses me off.
Yeah,
that's what annoys me.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. Well, we don't care if I piss you off. We want that. Yeah, me know. The third best team, ultimately, our first, our second is a fluid thing. So when you say third best team, currently Jamaica is the third best team in our CONCACAF.
Yes.
Yes. So currently, all right.
Based on results.
Yes.
If I was to put them in order, Jamaica would be the third best team in CONCACAF.
All right, fair enough. And so this is the recent concluded Nations League games. Jamaica made it to the semi-final round of that competition, right? So
Right.
They're right there. All right, cool. So I will probably agree with that sentiment that on current landscape of CONCACAF men's football, senior men's football, Jamaica is probably around the third best team. So with that in mind and that knowledge, you anticipate that Jamaica should make it to the World Cup.
Right.
Okay.
If I put it this way, if we don't make it to the World Cup, it's a failure.
It's a failure. All right.
So it's not an attempt. We're not attempting to go to the World Cup. We expect to go to the World Cup. If you don't go to the World Cup, you fail.
We fail. All right. And fair enough. All right. Let's remind listeners before we get into Jamaica's game coming up against Dominican Republic, the groups and actually the scenario to get to the 2026 World Cup. All right. So we want to remind listeners. So this is the second round of this competition. The first round already took place for CONCACAF teams. This is the second round that's getting ready to kick off. I know this is a lot of notes, but this is taken directly from CONCACAF's website. The second round consists, just the high-level points, second round consists of 32 member nations, 32 teams divided in 6 groups of 5 teams. All right? And basically, the top 2 teams in each of those 6 groups will go on to the final round. All right, the final round of 12 teams will then be divided into groups of 4, 3 groups of 4. Those 3 group winners in the final round will automatically qualify for the 2026 World Cup. The best 2 teams, the best second place teams of the final round will then go into an intercontinental playoff. So CONCACAF, basically in the expanded version of the 2026 World Cup, 48 teams, CONCACAF will have 6 teams plus 2 additional playoff slot, Junior. That's a lot of spots, brother.
Plus the best teams already qualified, right?
Yeah, the host teams already qualified. I mean, of course,
right.
The host teams get automatic spots, right? So
if Jamaica is the third best team in CONCACAF, and the top 2 that is above you already qualified, that means that Jamaica is amongst the best teams that are trying to qualify for the World Cup for the CONCACAF region.
Yes.
That's a fair assessment, right?
Yes, exactly. Jamaica is definitely should be. I mean, long story short, Jamaica should make this World Cup, but you don't know, you cannot, Granny always say you cannot count your eggs before they hatch, ultimately. But Jamaica should make this World Cup, right? That is where I'm thinking. 2 things to highlight. Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, go ahead.
So 2 things to highlight for this game, for the second round matches is that each team in the second round, you're in a group of 5 teams. Each team will play 4 matches, 2 games at home and 2 games away. So that's important. You only play 4 matches in the second round. That is essential. You play 2 games at home and 2 games away. So that is very important to highlight, Junior. Winners and runners-up will then move into the final round.
You know what that tells me, because unfortunately, and it's going to be an unfortunate statement, you see how the Gold Cup, it's always America hosting the Gold Cup, and America and Mexico will never play each other unless it's in the final, the Gold Cup, right?
Yeah.
That's well documented. So it's rigged. It's rigged that way that your 2 best teams will never see each other and not them each other because of money. Because of money, and they have to weigh value versus competition.
Yeah.
It's the same thing in the World Cup qualifications right now. They have to weigh up, is it worth it making all of these teams play in a round robin versus would they just play a couple games and then whichever team fall out on top, shake out on top and keep it moving, right? So theoretically, you can have a group of 5 teams and the 2 best teams in the group, theoretically, can knock each other out.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
And big up to Yard 7 says, quote, dog shit JFF, end quote. the JFF fire start early. BM says, do you think increasing the number of teams to 48 will water down the World Cup?
The same question was asked after what, 82?
All right. I don't necessarily think it's going to water down the World Cup. Go ahead, Junior. Your response to that question.
The same question was asked after 1982, right? I think 1982, after 1982, they went from 16 to 28 or something like that, right?
24.
Whichever one. I think
yeah,
82 was the last one.
Yeah.
And that was when Marco Van Basten. What am I going there from Italy?
Paolo Rossi.
Paolo Rossi knocked out Brazil. So that was the last one of the big expansions. The same questions were asked. I wasn't around then, to be honest.
Yeah.
I wasn't cognitive of what was the conversation was. But I know at the time, history has told me that the rhetoric around was the World Cup was going to fail when it gets bigger.
Yeah, yes.
The game of football has gotten more global, where you have more professional players from more discreet or more obscure nations playing professionally. So the game can mature. The coaches out there are maturing, where they now know how to use the tools that they have at their disposal. I'll give you a good game. Back then, every team used to play the same way.
Yeah.
So if you bring some little man come in our tournament and they don't know how to park a bus, they might get 15.
Yeah.
You're not going to see a 15 love this World Cup. You're not.
Yeah. I don't think 48 will water down the tournament, and there are a couple of reasons why. Here's the deal. When they expanded the World Cup in 94 to 98, they expanded from 24 to 32. And
right.
I remember Arrigo Sacchi, famous AC Milan manager. He was very much aggressively and vocally against the expansion of the tournament, of the World Cup, because he said, like, some people fundamentally believe, this is going to bring too many bug sides into this tournament. They're currently
he was racist.
Yeah, go ahead, Junior.
He was racist.
Yes, it's well documented that, Arrigo Sacchi. Don't tell the AC Milan fans that Arrigo Sacchi was a racist. Big up yourself, Pop, Reg. But in 98, 32 teams, because of that expansion, the Reggae Boys was able to make their first World Cup. There are currently 211 members in FIFA. And expanding this thing to 48, I think, is a nice number. And you essentially give a chance. Now, what is it? 33% or so of the members now have a chance, or 20-some% of the members have a chance to qualify for this tournament. I think this is a fair sort of nice little era to sit at.
Yeah, and logistically, I don't think the issue with the number of nations back then was competition. I think it was logistics. I think it was you don't want Brazil to be hosting a World Cup and a team from Vietnam have to fly go Brazil. One plane that don't have good AC, that takes 20 hours to fly go there. With modern technology reaching where it is, with communication being the way it is right now, the world has gotten smaller.
Yes.
So now you can be more. You can be globalization. That's the whole premise of globalization. Our World Cup is just becoming globalized.
Yes. BM asks, in 1982, didn't El Salvador get 10? Yes, they did get 10 from Hungary, but
yeah, but that's the point, though. And even recently, like 2 World Cups ago, I would get. I know Women's World Cup in our side, America.
Yeah, I think the Philippines in the Women's World Cup. Yeah, or Thailand are one of them teams that.
One of them.
Yeah.
But,
in the ultimately, Junior, FIFA as bad as FIFA is, and as FIFA, I think on a large scale relative to other global sporting body has done a very good job of expanding the pie. The competitiveness of that pie has improved in some areas. There's areas where you can make it better, but the biggest cash cow for FIFA is the FIFA World Cup, and ultimately they want to make sure that more and more members do have a chance to get it. So again, this is the second round of CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers kicking off for the Reggae Boys this weekend, or this Thursday. 4 matches total, 2 home games and 2 away games. Now let's look at the groups for this second round of CONCACAF. Just want to remind listeners of the groups and the members of the group. Group, of course, 6 groups of 5. 6 group with 5 teams. Group A, Honduras, Antigua, Barbuda, Cuba, Bermuda, Cayman Islands. Of course, Junior, you would probably think that Honduras is the overwhelming favorite in Group A.
Yeah, easily.
And of course, 2 teams will come from this group. Ultimately, it's kind of a toss-up between the others,
It's a sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, sacrificial. Group B, Costa Rica, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Kitts and Nevis, Grenada, Bahamas in Group B.
Right, and Trinidad and Costa Rica, we all know that.
Yeah. Group C, Haiti, Curacao, St. Lucia, Barbados, Aruba.
That is more the group of death.
Yes.
But what the last one?
Group of death. The thing is that Curacao, I don't know. Curacao have been kind of flirting on the periphery for recently. They hired, I think, Dick Avocat, one of your big managers. Gus Hennick was involved in that whole setup for a while.
Right.
So I don't know what to expect from Curacao. I don't know what to expect from them.
You don't know what to expect from Curacao. You don't know what to expect from Haiti. If we're going to call a spade, because with their local turmoil, anything can happen, right? And I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think Haiti is hosting any games, right?
Yeah, and so that's the thing, because of the political strife, right? They have to play.
So, It puts the whole group in flux.
Yes. All right, Group D, Panama, Nicaragua, Guyana, Montserrat, Belize.
No, everybody knows Panama, right?
Yeah.
Big up to my brethren Rudy. I have a brethren named Rudy Bank, that he knew we were starting, but one of my former co-workers.
Yeah.
He's from Nicaragua. And he knows about ball chat from day one. Always sending me texts and jokes when Jamaica play in Nicaragua. So Rudy, for you, I'm going to say Nicaragua is going to go through.
Yeah. And let's save Group E for last, since Jamaica is in Group E. Let's just quickly look at Group F. El Salvador, Suriname, Puerto Rico, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Anguilla, Group F.
We all know it's El Salvador. We all know it should be St. Vincent and the Grenadines in terms of
so why not Suriname?
St. Vincent and the Grenadines in terms, Suriname, I can't pick up it.
And this is another thing. Suriname also knocking on the periphery, and I do expect Suriname.
Yeah. I was trying to name them Spice Boys and Sugar Boys.
Sugar Boys. Sugar Boys.
Suriname, man.
I think the Sugar Boys is not St. Vincent and the Grenadines. St. Kitts and Nevis are the Sugar Boys. The Spice Boys, I think, are Grenada.
Yeah. Left side of the...
Yeah, Sugar Boys. Yeah. All right, so now to Group E. Group E, Jamaica, Guatemala, Dominican Republic, Dominica, British Virgin Islands. Top 2 will move on to the final round, Junior.
All right, so these are the views of juniors. Dominican Republic and Dominica, then they figure out themselves as to who won the name, right? So they don't deserve to play football. British Virgin Islands, by the time we talk about British VI, It's just a box of dynamite. They don't deserve to play football. So we know it's just Jamaica and Guatemala.
Those are the views of Junior, not ball chat. Dominica Republic, Dominica fans, British Virgin Islands, big up on yourself. Remember, anyone from those regions or those countries, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Go ahead, Junior.
But on the real though, really and truly, I kind of preface this. I was thinking, because the second PM said World Cup preview show, and I just so happened to was just about to reach out to Altiman Butler at the time, right?
Yeah.
And I remembered Altiman Butler, that Altiman Butler Jamaica team, 1995.
Yeah.
94, 95. With Butler, Paul Young, Harbert was aging, Trinidad Ugly never gone to prison yet. Hector Wright never retired yet. So it's around that little team, right? And I'm sitting there and I remember Jamaica playing against, it wasn't St. Vincent, but one of the team, and I remember the commercial. Come out and watch Jamaica play against one of the minnows of the Caribbean as we get ready to embark on a serious World Cup qualification campaign. Right?
Yeah.
And that was an unproven Jamaican team. All them do is win Shell Cup and then them go Gold Cup and embarrass themselves all the time. That was Jamaica back then. Now Jamaica is more established as a football team, have more professional footballers, arguably is more talented now than they were back then. But I don't see the bravado coming out of the team, out of the federation, that the bravado that existed back then. And yet we wonder why the national stadium is empty. And it hit me. I honestly believe that's the reason why. They need to be more upfront and a bit more deliberate with their intentions. My intention is to go and play in the World Cup. Dominican Republic this Thursday. You are playing in your World Cup this Thursday. This is just a warm-up game for us. And we should treat it as such.
Okay. Well, no more see. All right.
No, it's not. No, better. That's because, but it's not boasting.
Yes.
It is what it is. I am going to respect you enough, and I am respecting you enough to put you in your place. When you out there and you're playing football with your son or your little kid, when your baby running around in a diaper, and them trying to kick the ball, and all they have to do is pull the ball back and them kick and drop. When you play the game, you don't score 1,000 goals against that little kid because you say, you're treating them as such, right? That is not respectful. Respectful is I'm going to put 1,000 goals ball into the net. That's what Jamaica need. That's the approach you need to have. Yeah. Show respect to your opponent by treating them like you're playing in a World Cup qualifier. I know I am better than you. I am telling my fans I am better than you, and I'm going to prove it to you on Thursday.
All right, fair enough. I mean, I do understand that in achieving success at any level, whether it's making it to the World Cup or whatever it may be, you fundamentally have to start with the belief and the attitude that you can achieve it. And so right. I do respect that position, of course, with some level of respect for the opponent, you know.
No, for sure.
Sure. Just to highlight the schedule. So this World Cup qualifier schedule in second round of CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers has essentially, you'll play in these FIFA windows, in the June FIFA window 2024, and then you have to wait until the next FIFA window in the 2025, June 2025, to wrap up these second round games. So you play these games this round against Dominican Republic and Dominica in June 6th and June 9th respectively, and then you'll have to wait till June 7th, 2025 and June 10th, 2025 to wrap up those second round games. Junior, a lot can happen between now and the final match days in this second round. Do you think that schedule, do you see an issue for the Reggae Boys with that schedule?
No, not enough is going to happen.
Okay.
No. Four big ballers not going to become Dominican Republic naturalized citizens within the next year and make a big difference.
All right. So all right. Just to remind listeners of the Reggae Boys schedule coming up for these games. CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers second round matches. Of course, again, repeat. 5 teams in the group. You're playing 4 matches total, 2 games at home and 2 games away. Group winners and group runners-up will move on to the final round. Jamaica will play Dominican Republic on Thursday, June 6th at 7:30 p.m. in Jamaica. And then they will travel to Dominica on June 9th and play that game at 3 p.m. And then next year, June 7, 2025, Jamaica will then travel to British Virgin Islands and they will wrap up their CONCACAF second round game against Guatemala at home on June 10, 2025. Now, regarding this game coming up, let's look at the squads for these 2 matches coming up for the Reggae Boys against Dominican Republic and Dominica. Junior, before I open a list of squad, I want to also emphasize that other teams are also recruiting heavily to try to mimic and copy what the Reggae Boys are doing.
I don't care.
You don't care. You don't care. All right, let's look.
Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic. Let's look at Dominican Republic. I have Dominican Republic squad here. I looked at their website and pulled the squad. They last played against Peru in a friendly game in March. They lost that game 4-1. Peru defeated them. Looking at the Dominican Republic squad, Junior, one notable standout is your baller from Leeds, Junior Fairprow, is now who received the clearance and authorization to play for Dominican Republic. So he's in the squad for this game coming up on Thursday. They have some players in La Liga. Rafael Nunez that plays for Elche are in Spain, and etc. But with that in mind, do you expect any issues in this game on Thursday, Junior, with this Dominican?
There should not be any issues. So the ball roll. Yeah, you have to expect any issues. Dominican Republic can come out and score early and knock Jamaica back, and then Jamaica have to find their footing, get back up, right? That could be an issue. They are professional players just like how we have professional players. Anything can happen, right? But the same level of anything can happen. The same thing when you said if MK Dons is playing against Man City, anything can happen. Both teams get picked. I'm probably not that wide of a gap. If Fulham is playing against if Fulham is playing against Aston Villa,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
that's the gap in my eyes.
Yeah,
Jamaica should win comfortably, but if they don't approach the game properly, Dominican Republic can sneak up and knock them off the perch, right?
Yeah.
But Jamaica should feel like this should be something that they should take care of business over the next 2 weeks.
Over the next 2 weeks. So first priority, of course, win these football games over the next 2 weeks.
My first priority is score early and score often.
And score early and score often. So those are the notable standouts for this Dominican Republic team. Again, family, they played against Peru in a friendly game. They've been playing a few games. And the reason why I want to highlight this point, You mentioned earlier about the World Cup and the expansion. We spoke about this at the top end of the show, right? A lot of teams are highlighting, are eyeing, yo, we want to go to the World Cup. No. I mean, we saw the playbook that the Reggae Boys and others have utilized. Travel the globe, recruit, and they expanded the number of teams. Now our time to go World Cup. And Dominican Republic, I think, is feeling that same sentiment that, yo, 48 teams, we can make some noise.
Curacao had the same feeling.
And Curacao, Suriname, same vibes.
Cayman Islands had that same feeling.
No, Cayman Islands have them vibes.
No, but they did back in the day when they hired Carl Brown.
With the definitely. All right.
It's easy to get up and say, "Oh, we want to make it to the World Cup," right?
Yeah.
It's easy. It's actually easy to go out and recruit professional footballers that are not good enough to play for the country that they live in, but they have some connection with you. It's easy. But if it's one thing that Jamaica should prove, so these people are trying to copy the Jamaican model, but look at the Jamaican model. Look how Jamaican model has failed. It has failed. It's more a failure than success. You've tried this. This buy your way into the World Cup model for the last 4 World Cups?
Yeah. Yes, Gary.
But you have a 20% success rate that everybody's trying to follow.
Yeah. And so BM did ask an important big up to Evan. Evan says BL is still out. This should be a walk in the park for Jamaica. Yeah, he says I remember those days in 1994. Remember DR have a couple top players, you know. Yep, DR and the back of that BM says, did Mariano Diaz retire from international football? I am surprised he is in the DR team. That is a good question. I forgot about Mariano Diaz. Mariano Diaz was with Real Madrid for a long time. Actually was, I think, Benzema's backup for quite a while, and he's a DR national. We need to find out exactly why he's in the team. Evan says that true, because football is played on the field. Regarding actually how the result might turn out. So one rule also triggered something, Junior, with the change of the relaxation and the FIFA rule regarding players' ability to switch nationalities, right? So that makes it easier for a team like DR or these other teams around the fringes. If you, as a player who have already played for England and you are not able to play for England anymore, but you still aspire to go to the World Cup and have some legitimate connection to a DR, then you can make that switch. Whereas the old rule is that you weren't able to make that switch. So I think that's a good program by FIFA to set free up the things so that the man can switch.
Yeah, it makes for better games.
Yeah.
So when companies try to win broadcasting, right, they are now negotiating for something of value, right? Where you are not going to put, you're not going to have a team poster or a poster to highlight the game, and all you have is a flag because you don't have a player that is worth putting on the poster. Them days gone.
Yeah.
Now you have some professional ball that you can put on that somebody can look and relate to and say, I want to watch that game.
Yeah. And regarding Mariano Diaz, and he's at Sevilla, he's been limited with a knee injury. So I think that's the reason why he's not in the squad. I saw something that he's been having some issues with his knee. All right, now to the Reggae Boys squad. We're going, so we highlighted some key players that, in that DR squad. We highlighted DR's recent game against Peru. So DR has been getting out there playing football games. Reggae Boys squad, we took a look at it yesterday just to remind listeners of the squad itself. Goalkeeper Shaquin Davis, Jaden Hibbert, Conan Boyce Clark, Jamali Waite. No Andre Blake Jr., the captain, the man, also the legend, if you want to call it, in some space. How big of a miss will this be, Junior?
Just like yesterday with Courtois, the communication. You see consistency. They have a consistent piece. And you're used to hearing one voice coming from that, especially a captain. When that voice is taken away, it's going to make an impact, right? You just hope that the team you played against is not good enough to exploit that impact that you have on your team.
Yeah.
Right. Exploit that missing.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But again, this is where the mindset of the team should be. Let's just put this to bed. Let's put this. Let's remove all doubts early.
Yeah.
Because if I am a squad member, I know one and two players. Can we really look at it? How many players really missing? Probably 4 players missing for the squad.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on who you want to call miss. All right.
Well. No, but yesterday. What
are the regular players who normally in the 11 are in the squad? Ethan Pinnock.
I know. So, all right, let's put it this way. If you were to pick the best 11,
Yes.
how many players from those best 11 are not in the squad?
I think about maybe 4 players. So
That means,
Bailey, Pinnock, and Blake, Damari Gray.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have a very strong squad here, right? But if I was a fringe player that came in for one of those 4 spots, I would want, the mindset should be, this is my opportunity to show what I can do.
Yes.
Let's take this opportunity.
And just run with it. Just take the opportunity and run with it. So I suspect Jamali Waite will be the man between the sticks, but we'll wait and see. We've seen Jamali done well in friendlies. I mean, it's a competent, a very good goalkeeper. I mean, Jamaica does have a very deep, I think, a very good goalkeeping cohort. You know, in fact, I used to advocate for sometimes in some of those games when you know those meaningless games where everything already gone already, you're not playing for anything. Why you keep playing Andre Blake? Just let the next man up. There were some games in World Cup qualifiers where we already know that the task, the fate is already determined. Play the next man, play Jamali Waite or whomever is the next best goalkeeper in that squad, and let those people start getting familiar with the group in a real life situation, real live fire situation, you know?
Right.
Defenders, Junior, Dexter Lambegis, Sean Bernard, Greg Lee. How you pronounce his brother name?
I don't know.
Mr. Bernard. Mr. Bernard. We're going to go with Mr. Bernard. Greg Lee, Damian Lowe, Michael Hector, Richard King, Tevon Gray, and John Bell round out the defenders. Of course, most notably absent here is the man, Mr. Ethan Pinnock Jr.
Yes. And we have more than enough. Ethan Pinnock would be my first choice, but the beauty about our defensive centre backs is we have more than 2 first choice centre backs.
Yeah.
Arguably. So I'm not saying it won't be a miss, but we have enough to supplement.
Yeah, Bernard has done quite well. There seems to be an appetite in some games by the head coach Amir Hal-Grimson. We saw in the Canada game where he moved Damian Lowe into midfield later on. You probably don't need to do this in this game, right?
It depends on your approach, because If I am trying to put this game away, I'm putting Damian Lowe in midfield. Because my intention is to press high and keep everything high up the field, right?
Yeah.
So my defending will start earlier. So it depends on the approach. If the approach is you want to make sure that everything is sure in the back, I want to put Damian Lowe in midfield.
Yeah. Midfielders for the Dentist, Hamir Grinson, Casey Palmer, Corey Anderson, Bobby Reed, Daniel Johnson, Alex Marshall makes his return. Adrian Reed Jr., big up yourself, baller. You get a call. And I am a huge fan of this next player, Kevin Lambert. Runs out the midfield core. Junior, your thoughts on the midfielders in this group?
They all, to me, that is the weakness because they are all ordinary together. I don't think Jamaica. You see how Jamaica's strength right now is as a unit is in the centre backs and in the attacking options, right? I think that's the strength of the team. I think the weakness is in the heart of the midfield. I just don't see consistency there.
You know, all right, for me, hear me now. All right, you know, maybe you and I, we talked at length recently about training and all them things. All right, we saw a game recently where we saw Casey Palmer not supposed to be on the field. I think that was a Nations League game, right?
Yes.
And Casey Palmer was the player who missed that sitter, even though I think at the end it ended up being offside or something to that effect. But he missed that open goal, right? But he's with Coventry, done quite well with Coventry, but the coach seems to have faith in him. Latibadir is not here for this game also. This is also a big miss, right, Junior? Because he did well in Nations League, so Latibadir is absent for this game. Corey Anderson came on in one of those games. I don't exactly remember. And I thought we thought Corey Anderson was very good. But is this a chance now to start Corey Anderson in the midfield and said, yo, show me what you have in these games?
Definitely the chance. And that's why I bring up the word consistency. So we're looking for consistency right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the key word.
I mean, Kevin Lambert was excellent in some of the games I saw him in. I mean, I thought he paired well with Latibadir when they did that double defensive sort of holding midfield position where both him and Latibadir played beside each other. But again, the approach is a big thing, right? Because knowing the Dentist, he likes to do 4-4-2. And sometimes a bit, you know, who is going to be the man to really kind of dictate the ball game in terms of making those passes to the people up top?
Yeah, you know what? I'll I'll leave this for later. But yeah, I agree.
Forward line. All right, let's look at you and I think I share some of the sentiments regarding the deficit or deficiencies in the midfield, but we'll get to that in a second. I'll get to that in the totality of the team in a second. Forward line: Shamar Nicholson, Ronaldo Cephas, Mikel Antonio, Deshane Beckford, Kaheem Dixon. I am excited for Kaheem Dixon. Corey Burke, Devante Campbell runs out the forward line, Junior.
Yeah, and Benton, I'm switching over the video right now. There's some giant.
Okay, you're switching over, but as Junior is switching over to video, we'll get him sorted out here in a second.
Check.
All right. We can hear you, Junior.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let me get you on video here. But go ahead, as the people,
Yeah, so when you come out to the forward line, you see, I don't want to be that guy. Not on a Sunday. But you know what? Sundays have never deterred me from being that guy.
No, it not. No,
I
it
don't
has
know.
not.
Some of these players, what Corey Burke do that side right now? I don't think we'll move on.
But all right, if not Corey Burke, then who?
I'm sure there's a play. If not Corey Burke, then who? Well, him injured.
Okay. I mean, and if he's injured, all right, we're not gonna really deal with no Corey Burke blasphemy right now because at least Corey Burke shows up when he's called. He may not be the best, but he's willing to show up and give you a strength. And Junior is gone. And or is it my issue on my end? Let me figure out and get Junior back up. I think he dropped. Junior dropped off. We'll get him back on. But what you guys thoughts on Corey Burke? I mean, there's always this thing about Corey Burke. I mean, he does bring something to the team, and
Wait, Corey Burke just kicked out that show?
yes, Corey Burke just kicked you out of the show. But as you were saying though,
Yeah, it is. I need to say forward thinking. Like Mikel Antonio is being brought in right now, arguably as an insurance policy, right? If things go south, Mikel, we might call on your services. But we should not need you to beat Dominican Republic. Can we agree on that?
I mean,
Surely there must be some little high school forward where you want to play. That you'll give a chance. Some of the money, brother, if you tried for the last 4 to 6 years and you can't score for Jamaica, then just move on. Don't just give your spot to our next. Give somebody else a try. Is that too much to ask?
yes, that is too much to ask, Junior. It's too much to ask. But all right, here's the deal. If Corey Burke is showing up and always committed to the cause, and why don't you keep calling him? I mean, and he's giving you something.
I hear you.
I mean, it's the big thing that you struggle with national team is that now granted he may not score a lot of goals, but I mean at the end of the day he is committed to the cause. He's a committed player, and you cannot you struggle to find players who are committed.
Well, I am committed. Why I can't get a jersey and a game?
Well, if you can, you just don't know the right people.
Oh, okay. So it's a who know who best. Okay. So right now, there's a young striker out there. So all right. So Ronaldo Cephas,
yes,
for argument's sake, right?
yes,
BM is on record. So till we even joking and said BM must be Cephas's agent,
yes,
right?
yes.
But Corey Burke will get on the field before Cephas. Why are we bringing in?
I hope not.
That's what happened the last time. We've seen Cephas on the bench and Corey Burke get caught, and this is no knock against Corey Burke. But I just have to call it the way I see it, right?
Fair enough.
That Jamaica needs a goal. Corey Burke will give you 4 chances, 5 chances, 6 chances, 7 chances. You don't score. Let's give somebody else a chance.
All right. Yeah, y'all make a good point. Maybe the Corey Burke, maybe the Corey Burke ship need to see it, because I'm thinking about the Jamaican Premier League and the leading goal scorer. Maybe Corey Burke, maybe the Corey Burke period. But all right. Is Corey Burke? Is it a low-hanging fruit just to target Corey Burke?
Yeah, because like you said, he's available. So right now, what that tells me is that the dentist already have his starter and his backup available, right? So let's call a spade a spade. This is a how much man squad? 18, 22 man squad? Right off the bat, 5 of them not playing. not playing over the next 2 games.
Yeah, Julia, internet seems to be acting up, chipping in and out there at the house. You don't know. I guess there's some probably outage. All right, so looking at the comments, Yardy says Corey Burke is garbage at national level, big garbage. Come on now, trash, totally mindless, absolute trash. Yeah, man, he has not delivered at the national level. There's something that Corey Burke does though, that I think Tapa Junior, you're back. We can see you now. You were saying.
Sorry. Look, I don't know what's going on with my internet.
Yeah, your internet, but you're back. We've been able to continue on perfectly fine. You were saying though regarding some of these players who won't play.
Yeah, so in a 22-man squad, I already know 5 of these players are fillers.
Okay.
So why not waste the spot on young players that you want to blood, right? Bring in some 16-year-olds. Show me Jamaica moving forward and progressive by putting some 16-year-olds that you know not going to play. But give them the experience of coming out and training. Why do we
Kaim Dixon is there. We expect him to play. He's not 16, but we expect Kaim to play. At least I'm hoping that Kaim Dixon will play.
And you know he's not going to play.
All right. No, I expect him. You know what? Whoop aside, I expect Kaim Dixon to play because you don't have Leon Bailey and you don't have Damari Gray. I mean, Kaim Dixon should play. So to me, you either go with, of course, Mikel and Boza.
So yeah, big up Yardy 7. Yardy 7 said, I get it. Jamaica does not even play to Corey Burke's strengths either. That's true, and I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
So it's not a knock against Corey Burke. It's not a knock against him, but he does not fit the team. And I'm not picking on Corey. Let's not pick on Corey Burke.
All right. For example, Ronaldo Cephas played the other day, and in one of the Nations League game.
Right.
And I mean, he did quite well, right?
Right.
But then he had, I think, some opportunities, or an opportunity that one definitely came to mind, where it was a one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and he missed it. So, but you want to give more of these players more opportunities, right? You can't just ignore them and say, yo, coming out of the squad and we've already predetermined, say, well, you're not getting a game.
Yes.
You know, so, but it seems like that the coach does have wiggle room, but also, Junior, remember the politics and the complexities around these things, because you're playing football games to win. And you can experiment, but you cannot experiment at the mercy of winning. Because ultimately, you still need to win to continue on in this competition. And if you know that Corey Burke is going to give you certain things, he may not score goals, but he's going to give you certain things in terms of working back defensively and limit the opponent from getting into your end of the field. And you know, so
and Yardy 7 said it best. Only if Darren Maddox never turn a scammer. and people, let me help it, because he would be useful now. And let me help Yardy 7 out, because we all know that that Darren Maddox is now a preacher. He's not talking the scabber. He's not saying the preacher is a scabber. He said the scabber was a scabber before turning a preacher. All right. So I don't know Yardy 7. You know, I don't know if it's a brother with a know or if it's somebody that I know, but I'm hoping that's a Yardy 7. If Yardy 7 is saying he's a scammer as a preacher, guess what, Benton? Those are the views of Yardy 7 and not a bad chat.
Starting 11 for this game for you. How would you go? How would you line up?
I don't care.
You don't care.
And this, all right. So this is the thing. This is the thing that I was prefacing earlier. Jamaica can possibly look better under the dentist this Thursday than they did even when they beat Canada. remove the political elements from a guy that can coach, and you will see the guy coaching ability.
All right, hold on.
All
right, it's important that we make these distinctions still and these comments, because you're bringing back memories now, Because the same guy who we value as a coach, and he seems like a competent coach, was not the one who fundamentally was his brainchild to make some of the big decisions in the recent successes of this team. For example, Damian Lowe going into midfield. Apparently that was a Damian Lowe idea in the game against Canada.
Oh, come on, Benton. No, don't do that, Benton.
No,
don't.
Those are his words. Those are the words from the coach. He said that he played midfield in a couple of games, and he said that Damian Lowe came to him and said, "Coach, put me in a midfield," and then them say, "All right, let's move him into midfield."
All right, all
right, sorry, Junior.
Yeah, go ahead.
Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, because I fundamentally recall the coach saying that after the Canada game, when Damian Lowe went in the midfield, Damian Lowe kept pushing him to go into midfield. He said that. So it was not like he came up with that idea. It was Damian Lowe who pushed him. And if I'm wrong, and Jeremy and Levy says you're wrong. All right, so I'm wrong.
But Benton.
Let me see if I pull this up.
No, hold on. The coach saying and what really happened might not be the same thing. All right, let me just give you an example. Bumpy, we don't need an example. The coach tried something and Damian Lowe went into the midfield and Jamaica overturned the deficit versus Canada and win, right?
Yes.
What if when Damian Lowe went into the midfield, Canada ran rum shot through the heart of Jamaican defense, and instead of losing 3-1 or 2-0, we end up losing 8-0. The coach would not come out and say that was Damian Lowe's decision to go into the midfield. What the coach is doing is removing himself from an iconic moment and giving it to the natural people, the naturalized people. He could have been Jose Mourinho and say, "Hey, it was a master stroke by the special one." He could have done that. But about said, "No, Damian Lowe do it and he make a decision very, very, very." When Ian Goodison scored against Mexico with the injured hamstring, and Ian Goodison flash off Samoas and say, "Oh, but now come off of the field. I'm going at the 18 and boom, I lit the head on. Oh my God, it's the greatest thing ever." What if he went for the head and missed, and Mexico had a breakaway and score on Jamaica and in the last second and beat Jamaica 1-0 instead of Jamaica winning 1-0? We would be talking about Ian Goodison as one of the dumbest footballers ever. You can't look at those moments and just automatically say, because Damian Lowe has been playing for Jamaica for how long? Damian Lowe, if it take you that long to make such great coaching changes, why never make those great coaching changes back in earlier and get us to the World Cup, last World Cup? Why we never win the Gold Cup that you are playing in the final against America? Why you never make that great coaching decision, and you don't have to make the decision solely on yourself? Why you never make that great coaching decision and say Bailey switch to left wing instead of right wing? We can't look at those one scenarios and jump on it and say, "Oh, Damian Lowe." No. Coaches coach, players play.
And you can't just abandon one thing and just say, "Well, the coach is this and the coach." Listen, it's not the sense of just that the fact that he went into midfield and he was the one who, if I recall it, Damian Lowe being so aggressive about making that move. It's the scenario, the situation that the man who is in charge of the team, we are watching the same football game, and we saw game in and game out with the Reggae Boys getting killed in midfield because they don't have the legs. So this is not a one-off thing. We've saw game in and game out where Latibeaudiere are struggle in midfield, and so, but then the same setup, the same players then rolls out with the same attitude and from the same manager, And now in a desperate situation, we say, yo, Reggie go try a thing and see what go on. So,
That's why Yadi just said that.
So then that is the issue I have with the coach, because if there's, and I mean, nobody's above criticism still. I'm not gonna say we need to sack his coach, We're not gonna say to sack him, But what I'm saying is this: we have watched multiple games where the Reggae Boys midfield has been an issue, and under this coach, and probably other coaches. But
Yeah.
yes, to be fair. So, but this coach found with the same midfield and hopes that things are going to change.
But it's not the same midfield, though. This coach wants to play 4-4-2. And that's why I said that this week, and it kind of ties in.
BM, the stats man says, and the insider says, Junior, the coach said it out of his mouth. It was Lowe's idea to play a midfield CDM. Because I know some not lose my head, because I tell you some listen to the press conference and him say it that the man, sorry Junior, go ahead, because I know I'm going crazy, but
No, you're right. But you're not. What I am saying is the result.
yes.
He affords him the opportunity to say that was all Lowe's decision. If it went the other way, he would have never said that.
Yeah.
He would have never rolled the ball. You know what? In this scenario, the coach gave Damian Lowe the keys to the bus and said, go and drive the bus with the fans, and you be the bus driver. Right? I am the conductor, you be the bus driver.
Yes.
But if that decision didn't work out in your favor, I am not going to give the fans the keys to the bus to drive over you.
Fair enough.
So that's my, because at the end of the day, I am sure players make suggestions to coaches all the time, and a coach will either go with what the players say or don't go with what the players say. And if it works, some coaches will say it was on you. If it didn't work,
yes.
Or if it worked, some coaches will say it was on me.
Yes, fair enough.
And the dentist clearly is a guy that wants to give the credit to the player.
Fair enough. All right, starting 11 for this game. Against Dominican Republic, based on the squad and the formation that we've seen him use in previous games, who would you line? How would you line up? I mean, I think he's always going to line up with the 4-4-2 formation, right?
But he normally plays a hybrid 4-2-3-1.
Yeah. All right.
He doesn't play like that's what I'm telling you. I think now we're going to see what the dentist would do if politics isn't involved. So, all right. So the back line. All right. What formation do you think they're going to play?
All right. If we go to four, you said hybrid, right? Because
no, the hybrid is because he have Damari Gray
and Daly playing wide.
Right, and they don't want to run back. They don't want to play defense.
Yes.
So you have to protect your wing backs, and that's why the midfield get overrun all the time. Because the midfielders have to protect the wings. In this scenario, if I was a dentist, I play 4-4-2.
And so you're going with just up front. You just started Mikel Antonio and Shamar Nicholson.
I wouldn't start Antonio and Nicholson.
All right, so you start who with so you're going with Nicholson as a starter?
I would have Nicholson, even though Antonio. All right, yeah, I will start. All right, yeah, Antonio and Nicholson, and Antonio will play with in normal style when we come back in the midfield and get the ball
and try to find his connect.
Right, while Nicholson play as a target man. So yes, 4-4-2. I would start Nicholson and Antonio. Yes.
All right. So you're negating the all right, you're relying on the midfielders to then, like a Bobby Reed, playing right side of a midfield to then to supply some of those services to a Mikel Antonio. Are you going with a 10 behind them?
But if you're playing 4-4-2, is the four in the midfield a diamond or is it a flat four? Because in Iceland,
this coach have diamond in him.
Well, because in Iceland it was a flat four.
Yeah.
And if you are playing a flat four, Bobby Reed can't play in that flat four.
Yeah. No,
So
but you have to keep Bobby Reed has to get on this field. He has to start.
So then, are you playing 4-4-2? You can't play 4. So you play 4-4-2 with a diamond, then fine. So Bobby Reed is a 10.
All right. Bobby Reed in the 10. So then who do you have at the base of the diamond then? And who
So
at the right and the left side of the diamond?
That is where now we're talking about
Kevin Lambert.
No, low can be deployed at the base of the diamond now.
No, all right. If I'm going with Kevin Lambert, all right, so my start in this midfield, I'm going with Kevin Lambert. I shouldn't need Damian Lowe if I have Kevin Lambert.
Okay.
And I'm starting Corey Anderson in this 10 position. And I mean, I like what I saw from Corey Anderson. You know what? Well, even Daniel Johnson, I don't.
But that's what I'm telling you. The midfield is just riddled with mediocrity. And you want to see Kaheem Dixon. So if you want to see Kaheem Dixon, then maybe Jamaica play a 4-3-3. Well, and you pick between Nicholson and Antonio. Antonio going to start in the middle. But Kaheem Dixon on the left, Bobby Reed on the right. And then you have three midfielders in the middle. You have Daniel Johnson. You have Kevin Lambert and
the BM says Corey Anderson is more of a 6 or 8, so he won't play him in the 10. Yep. I like how I just like how he connects and keep the ball moving. I mean, I like what he does in that attitude.
So for all the people like that, so big up Ija asking what are the positives about the squad selection? Which players are more likely to start? BM is also talking about Corey Anderson playing more than 6 or 8, and he can play the 10. Yard is 7 saying no hypothetical speeches. I'm asking all you guys, Jeremy, even big up yourself. Which formation you think is best to play? Because to answer Ija's question about what are the positives about the squad, this squad is very malleable. This squad can come out and play any formation in this squad. They can play 4-4-2 with a flat 4. They can play 4-4-2 with a diamond. They can play 4-3-3. They can play 4-5-1. They can even play 3-5-2. You can have Damian Lowe, Michael Hector, and Bernard.
Bernard
in a back 3. And you can put Lambagisa right in front of them. And then you can put Bell on one wing, Greg Leah on another wing, and play 3-5-2. You can. The beauty about this squad is I can see them playing any formation and still be as effective regardless. I don't think there's an ideal formation for this squad. But BM is saying 4-2-3-1. So if they're going to play 4-2-3-1, that means you have 2 holding midfielders. You have a pivot, two holding midfielders. Who are the 2 holding midfielders?
So you do Lambert and Anderson.
So if you do Lambert and Anderson, I would say
or Lambert and Daniel Johnson. I mean,
right. That's the thing. So Lambert is the destroyer. Daniel Johnson, who can also be a destroyer, is a distributor. Daniel Johnson, the thing I like about Daniel Johnson is he wants the football no matter where he is on the field. He always shows up for the ball. He's an outlet, right? So I want to see Daniel Johnson on the field. But I can't see Daniel Johnson playing in a 2-man midfield. I think he is getting up there in age, and that's when he gets overrun.
You know what? 4-2-3-1 might be the way to go. That means that Bozaf is just going to rub bench.
But we have seen Bozad like to play off the wing.
No. We're not.
We have seen it.
All right, but at the end of the day, we need to I fundamentally think that we need to get out of this concept of trying to force our own peg in a square hole or whatever.
I agree 100%.
I mean, if he's a centre forward, make him play down the middle, and Boza is best down the middle as a centre forward.
I agree.
Boza not cross no ball for nobody. If he supply nobody. All right. So when Mikel Antonio run out of gas, then Boza can forward. You can have Cephas on one wing, And then Deshaun Beckford can play another wing, and you can play Bobby Reed right in the 10 slot.
So how is Kaheem Dixon going to get on the
Now,
field?
Kaheem Dixon later on in the ball game. I ultimately think that seeing him later on in the football game is a big thing. Give him some valuable minutes. I don't advocate for starting him at this stage. You know, he's a young baller, very, very, very promising young baller who I envision is gonna be a big contributing player to Jamaican football if he stays on the right path. But so later on in the ball game, I would be sending out Kaheem Dixon because he can also score goals.
Yeah.
So, but the concern around Daniel Johnson's legs, that is an issue. Now, of course, it's Dominican Republic, and I don't essentially know if Dominican Republic going to require a lot of running.
And not only that, question then. So it's like our Yardi 7 says 4-2-2-2, right? Which is German, like old school German formation. I just saying 4-3-3, and I actually give his whole lineup, what says Wade, Lehigh, Bernard, Hector, Lambagisa. Hold on. So Ija is saying, all right, BM is saying, why Boza must rub bench? When last Antonio scored for Jamaica?
All right, that's a very good question. All right.
What has Antonio ever scored for Jamaica? I know he has.
Yes, he has. He scored a rocket inside the national stadium. So don't ramp with the thing. He did score a rocket.
So Ija's 4-3-3 is Wade, Lehigh, Bernard, Hector, Lambagisa, Lowe, Palmer, Johnson, Reed, Nicholson, and Cephas. I have no problem with the front three. My issue is you really trust Damian Lowe to play in the middle of the field by himself. I know he's in the middle of a three, but if you're in the middle of the three, I think Damian Lowe is a walking red card as a midfielder, personally.
Yeah, he's a destroyer. He's definitely a destroyer, and he can be a liability in that space, but he also gives you a lot of steal in that space, though. So it's a risk-to-reward sort of situation, right?
Right. So you see, for me, all right, so BM, the 4-2-3-1 formation, I think you're going to invite Dominican Republic in the game. If you play a 4-2-3-1 is a more reserved, make sure you don't score kind of formation. And in a 4-2-3-1, the Christmas tree formation, as people used to call it, is one that you are intending to dictate the pace of the game. You're going to be slow, methodical. You intend to make 100 passes before you take a shot. That's the 4-2-3-1. You're stifling the midfield, and you're overrunning the midfield. But you're also welcoming the opponent in the game. When you're playing a 4-3-3 formation, you're more going to be pressing. You're more going to be trying to put your will or push your will on DR. Which one would we want to see this Thursday? Would we want to see Jamaica be pragmatic, have a 1-0 lead at halftime, or do we want to see Jamaica have a 3-0 lead at halftime?
Positive vibrations. Radio says, Wagwan, how y'all didn't do a girls stream? We're on the stream.
We did the stream.
We did simultaneous Reggae Girls and Champions League. Champions League. Listen, but we also have to. I expect Junior Fripro of Leeds and of Dominican Republic to be pushing high up the field. He pushed very high up the field when he plays at Leeds. I expect him to do the same thing for this outfit. So with that being said, if you're doing 4-3-3, are you going to be able to cover these people pushing high up the field?
Well, that's the risk reward, because if I play 4-3-3, can Dominican Republic afford Junior Frimpong pushing them high up the field? One, when you don't have the ball, and two, when you have some horses running at you.
All right, let me look at. I can pull up Dominican Republic's last friendly game. I'm more inclined with the 4-2-3-1 formation because it's not just about this particular game. Because I always see World Cup qualifiers as a battle of attrition and war of the trenches, and your formation that you have. Of course, you make little tweaks here and there with personnel, but ultimately, you have to be able to know why defensively you're going to be solid, and those protections are in place. So, I again, people say it's Dominican Republic, and we should not have any issues with them. But I am more in favor of saying, make sure say no goals or score, because with midfield, sit in front of those center backs and make sure that we are protected not just for this game but future games in this competition, not just this round but next round.
Yeah.
Because next round is when the real Gideon start,
Yes.
And now we are playing here in this round, and we now play 4-3-3 when we go in that next round against big side.
Away from home.
So we are gonna play 4-3-3 and we are against big
I
side.
I would start 4-3-3.
No fear man from Panama.
Yes.
Okay.
If I am playing at home and I know I am one of the best teams in the region, yes, I want to put the game to bed early at home. But you're case like everybody's saying that pretty much play it safe, right? Let's say don't want to break the energy. Big up to positive vibrations, Vina. Said don't want to break the energy, but I know you interviewed Sadio Mother before. I'm really wondering what these Jamaican coaches have against Sadio.
Oh yes. Okay. Yeah. We have got circle back to Saturday and yeah, that's the reggae girls. Yeah.
The president daughter.
The Dominican Republic play a 3-4-3.
What I better. No. Well, we're talking about the president of the Reggae Girls Foundation, right?
We'll get to Reggae Girls not in a few minutes. Can we wrap up Reggae Boys?
But can I gather my thoughts? I'm just asking the question.
Gather your thoughts, and we table that positive vibration radio. We'll get to the Reggae Girls in a few minutes. Because we're going to touch the Reggae Girls, get a final recap on the game in a few minutes. But Junior, it's a focus, brother.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, man. That's Michelle. Yeah, man. Big up Michelle. Big up
Miss Michelle. Attitude, right? That's our last attitude.
Yeah, man. Big up.
Yeah. Big up the whole Reggae Girls Foundation.
Yeah, big up the entire. All right. Dominican Republic played 3-4-3 formation. And does that influence your decision regarding your formation, Julian?
No. You're not coming to Jamaica. You're not coming to. You see, this is what pisses me off with Jamaica, with our Jamaican fans. Go to the stadium and recreate the office, brother. The little side supposed to come at Jamaica and dictate how we approach the game. No, we going to tell you how you going to approach a game. So you want to play 3-4-3? Guess what? You're starting in a 3-4-3 formation, but within 10 minutes, it's going to quickly switch to a 3-6-1 formation. Because them two wingers up top, you're either going to be a passenger in the game or you're going to come back and help play defense. That's how Jamaica should approach a game. I'm sorry. That's how I see it.
That's how you see it. Dominican Republic drew 0-0 with Nicaragua. And again, their formation in that game was a 3-4-3. So it's something it seems like Coach Nevilev is down with, Junior. And even on the road at Nicaragua, National Football Stadium, that's the formation that they employed. So, with
You know what
that
I
being
tell me?
said, I expect them to play the CM 3-4-3 this Thursday.
So you know what that tell me?
Yes.
I don't have to see how them play. That tells me that they depend on fitness.
Okay.
So they are going to defend as a unit, attack as a unit, play as a unit.
Yes, yes.
So they will have all 10 behind the ball. They're going to. So that's something for Jamaica to be mindful of, right?
Yeah.
Now, how do I approach a game like that? Obviously, I might approach it different than how you guys want to approach it. But the way how I will approach it, I put my two wing backs them as high up the field as possible. And my two center backs are your feet should not be on the half line. And we are going to condense this game and we are going to play within a 20-yard width of the field, or 20-yard length of the field away. So you have the 18-yard box, maybe 25 yards, 30 yards. That's my intention. So I want to see the game Thursday. I want to see Jamaica defenders all the way up there to the opponent 18-yard box. And if you don't want to turn it into a horse race, turn it into a horse race if you want.
In
That's
the
my
game against Panama, the Reggae Boys did push Lambagisa and Greg high up the field, right?
Right.
You know, and of course Lambagisa scored a beautiful goal. With Michael Hector being in the middle of a back three, so to speak, sometimes, and Lowe stepping into midfield alongside Casey Palmer. So he has that option if he chooses to do the same thing. So it seems like he, as you said, he's a bit flexible in the approach. But my question, does the absence of the talking man at the back, aka Andre Blake, guiding, mean you take a more conservative approach?
That is a question mark. That communication piece is taken away because I will tell everybody, hundreds of pounds ago, I was a pretty decent striker. I used to love playing against a quiet goalkeeper. It's one of the greatest feelings, Benton. We have a goalkeeper, and you know, as a striker, as an attacker, you know when a teammate don't like a teammate. You know when a goalkeeper is nervous. Those little things you feed at, and those little breaking community. We saw it in the Champions League final. We saw it when Fufu Man got the breakaway early in the game. That was solely down to lack of communication between Courtois and my boy, the right back. Can't remember my name right now. But that was solely down to Carvajal. That was solely down to Courtois just not on the same page and calling it off. And it led to a couple breakaways that Dartman should have scored, right? Yeah. You might see that. You might see Dominican Republic have a couple breakaways, and thankfully Jamaican feel bumpy, so the man that might run and the ball bump and run in front of the foot. I don't know. But you might see that Thursday. Those are legitimate concerns, which is why you might play a 4-2-3-1 and shore up everything in the back. But when you shore up everything in the back, defenders in that formation, the two holding midfielders, especially if Dominican Republic have any form of possession of the ball, what those two holding midfielders generally like to do in that case, fall back into the lap of the defenders. And what the defenders like to do in that case, fall back into the lap of the goalkeeper. And then now you have 6-7 defenders in the 18-yard box, and you can take a shot from way out, and you have a deflection that can go anywhere, right? So there are pros and cons to each formation. I want to go gangbusters early and let them know that if the first 10 minutes we try to score. If we don't score, all right, let's fall back in the 4-2-3-1 and at least make sure so we have control of the game.
Yeah. He does have options. I mean, he can play the same formation. You can slide in a Richard King into this back line because, of course, the absence of Latibeaudiere. But ultimately, as you mentioned earlier, is that you have to win this football game. There's no, again, is 2 games at home and 2 games away, and you need to win this football game. And at some point, you have to make a statement, say, yo, We need to win the ball game. So, your final thoughts on this and your prediction for this game before we touch some other news.
It's an if statement, but my final thought is Jamaica bring back the old days of treating minnows like minnows. I don't care about them as professional ball. They're going to have weak links. They're going to have weak fences. They are ranked wherever they're ranked because they are a weak team. Go out there and prove it. Go out there with some confidence, man. And they need to have a bridging that is connected within. I shouldn't even say it, but let's put it this way: have a bridging that's connected and knows what is going on with the promotion of the game by the federation, and because I'm off about it, because they have some girls out there now with the jersey and come at the game, and it's like it's a party. No. Brother, come watch some good football. Come watch Jamaica beat up an idiot side who thinks they're ready to play a World Cup. Come watch the best team in CONCACAF that's going to play in the World Cup qualifications. The best team in the World Cup qualifications. Come and watch them this Thursday. Let the players hear that. When the players them driving in, let them hear on the radio. Come to the National Stadium. The best team in CONCACAF is hosting Dominican Republic. Come and watch as Jamaica plays against the Minnows, Dominican Republic. And make you be Bobby Reed. I hear that. And go up on the field and miss an empty goal. That's the one here. That's the approach we need to have, man.
Yeah, definitely. Your prediction, though?
So, Yardy 7, so 4-1 Jamaica. 5 love. 5 love. 5 love.
5 My prediction, 2 love Jamaica. 2 love Jamaica. 2 love Jamaica. Jamaica will win this football game. I expect nothing else other than a victory. CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers, first game of the second round. Put down a marker. You need to win. What's the fundamental principle of World Cup qualifiers at the end of the day? No matter win at your yard. Win at your yard. No matter how you slice it or how you want to cut it, win at your yard. And you start, by winning at your yard, you start setting the momentum for what else to come. So, win at your yard, 2-0 Jamaica this Thursday. And football family, we're going to do a watch along. The game is 7:30 Eastern. So we're going to jump.
You sure?
On. Eh?
You sure?
Well, that's what the schedule said. Is there
the light fixed?
Eh? Is the
light fixed?
Is the light?
Maybe people. I'll big up to BNB and say he didn't know I have links with 876 stream. No, it's not 876 stream. But yeah, you sure the light fixed, man? That.
No, all right. Yeah, this is a legitimate thing regarding the light. Yes, Junior, you did bring that up. According to some context, I'm sure the fans them hear some of the similar things. CONCACAF has questioned about the quality of the light at the National Stadium. And ultimately, there was a request to enhance the light. Junior, I mean, the schedule says 7:30, so we're going to stick. So what's the space?
It sounds like they're pushing for a 12 o'clock start.
What do you mean pushing for 12? What you talking about push for 12? What do you mean?
CONCACAF, no, CONCACAF, they care if the lights are not adequate, and if that pass adequate enough, they will have to start earlier.
All right, you know what? Text come on there and text your brethren. Cause we need to find out if this
and if this, I don't know if it's 12, but they will have to start early. And I would say 12 o'clock because if you start 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, or you can't start 3 o'clock because Jamaica nightfall by 5 o'clock it start get a little darkish. Not dark, but it start get to where the floodlights have to be on. So you're looking at a 2 o'clock start.
Nah, man.
Remember, if rain was to fall and it get super dark and cloudy, you're still not gonna need the lights. So
yeah, and actually BM definitely mentioned that 876. Big up to 876 stream. Yeah, there was an announcement by JFF that the youth must enter in a partnership regarding.
But the market, yes, but you still have subsidiaries out there that are a part. You know, Jamaica run. Them little contracts, you still have subsidiaries out there that are entrenched. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah.
We see a little girl them out on the street, and they probably have on an 876 stream shirt and an 876 get the shirt. Yo, big up. Big up, y'all.
Yeah. All right, Jamaica to upgrade National Stadium lights ahead of FIFA World Cup qualifier. This was 2 days ago. Lights expected to be ready 3 days ago, Junior. So they do say the lights are expected to be ready for the game at the National Stadium. Minister Green says, quote, the National Stadium lights over time have been less than optimal. Well, we can't just say the light no good.
But this is a stadium that has hosted many track and field events. And not forget about the football games. Many track and field events. Many events. And nobody saw it fit to say, how to look darky. We've seen it on the TV where the stream does look a little dark sometimes.
Yeah, it does look a little bit. Yeah, despite Minister Green's assurance that the lighting was adequate, Wavell Hines, who is now opposition spokesman on Labour on Sports, has renewed his call for immediate action. He says, quote, this situation is regrettable and will undoubtedly inconvenience supporters from Western Jamaica and others who plan to watch the match at the scheduled 6:30 p.m. start.
Hold on.
So 6 p.m. is Jamaican time.
6 Jamaican time. But hold on. Yeah. Wavell Hines the cricketer.
Yeah.
and what about Western Jamaica? So hold on. So a Western Jamaican and people alone are going to be inconvenienced by the light? What the Eastern Jamaican people? What the Portland people?
Wavell says adjusting the game to an early time due to inadequate lighting would be unfair to the fans and disrupt their plans. But this was 2 days ago. Minister Green says Independence Park has installed LED lights on Tower 4 and some additional lamps on the canopy pending further upgrades. This latest shipment of equipment, once installed, will improve the lighting substantially. End quote.
Lord of mercy. So, guess what, people? With that being said, you know how embarrassing that is? You know, with that being said, you're going to have a 100-watt light right there, sir. You're going to have a 50-watt light right there, sir. You're going to have an LED light right there, sir. You're going to have a yellow lamp right there, sir. You're going to have an old school white lamp right there, sir. And you're just going to look like a kaleidoscope on the field. Why is it embarrassing?
Okay, so it seems like the game will occur at the scheduled time.
There's a promise the lights will be fixed, but has there been any confirmation that the lights fixed?
We will hopefully by tomorrow we'll get some clarification from CONCACAF, the JFF, and what is gonna happen. This is actually taken off because even the Guyana Chronicle has picked up the story saying Jamaica to upgrade national stadium lights ahead of FIFA World Cup qualifier games.
Yeah, because this is the best team in the Caribbean. This is embarrassing. You are the best team. You are the standard bearer in the Caribbean for football. You're the best team in the Caribbean.
Okay, Jamaica Football Federation and Independence Park Limited are in a race against time to have adequate lighting at the National Stadium for the CONCACAF World Cup qualifier.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Junior.
No, we'll highlight a comment from Yardy 7. Yardy 7 said, from my idea, my knee, them lights have been an issue. Just like when we did a qualifier for 98 World Cup. And if you guys remember, that was the reason why Jamaica had to have a bunch of day games.
Yeah, because of the light.
Not only the lights, but also the security.
Yeah, security.
So and there was a time when they even said that Jamaica Stadium wasn't adequate enough to host a World Cup game. I remember back then Jamaica had a bunch of 12 o'clock games.
Yep. JFF Gensec, Mr. Dennis Strong says, quote, "We are working with Independence Park Limited, who are on top of the situation. They actually will be receiving and clearing the lights as projected by this weekend." So they've received the light. They have communicated that they will take about 2 days to install and focus the lights, as it is important that the lights are projected evenly. End quote. That's from Mr. Gensec Dennis Strong.
But isn't that a counteraction to what Babsy said? Minister Green said. That's a contradiction, because Minister Green said that they're going to put LED light over yourself, while Chog is saying, the Gensec is saying, we're going to have the same lighting quality, and we're going to make sure it's streaming properly, or the light is bright,
evenly distributed.
Properly. That's different than what the minister said. Because the minister said, "Well, put us an LED light right there." So,
but let's also this latest statement. Was dated May 30th. The comments from Gensec, whereas Minister Grange's statement was dated earlier on the week. So this is a later development. So this is the latest information. So I get you. I get you, Junior. Junior, it's good thing you remember that. So we need to keep an eye on what time this game going to kick off.
If even at all. Because remember, CONCACAF have no problems postponing a game to the next day and the next morning.
Yeah, but if I'm Dominican Republic now, I am saying to you, you are responsible to host this football game. Now you inconvenience my travel and my schedule.
So you want the 3 points?
If you postpone the game, I need to move on to the next the British Virgin Island preparation. We have a schedule. The schedule has been established months ago. Months ago. The draw was made months ago. We know who we are playing. And now you come tell me, say, light? You don't have light? It's not like the JPS cut off the power stadium. It's the fact that your infrastructure is not adequate to have the game, to hold the game at the time you said.
So what do you want us to do then, Mr.
Give me the 3 points and I'm going to yard.
All right, tell you what then. How about we carry the game to your neighbor and play at your neighbor?
Okay, fine. We'll go to your neighbor then. That's fine.
Your neighbor. Let's go to Haiti and play.
Yeah, we go over there and go play. Yeah, we'll go to the neighbor. But this is the height of foolishness still. Me really want to go down the road and beat, but at the end of the day, Junior, we know the schedule from Wapikil Phillip.
Yeah.
All right, so then we can play the game at Sabina Park then, because matches are played at Sabina Park with light.
True. Let's carry it to the west.
Yeah, I mean, so why we need to play it? So wait. So it's one thing to play the game at stadium without light, with bad light, and then the bumpy field. Why if you drop in a pothole, brother? Well, I guess it's home field advantage.
But to be I thought the early games in the 90s was to give Jamaica an advantage with the weather. Looks like Horace Burrell sold the public unicorn meat. There wasn't no advantage in the weather, brother. No. Because
I did recall not the 90s game. The Clovis de Oliveira tried something regarding one of those hot sunshine game. I did recall him advocating for 1 o'clock kickoff. And the British them also melted in the sun.
Exactly. So you can't bring a UB40 complain in the sun, brother.
All right. So Reggae Boys tentatively are Reggae Boys scheduled to play at 7:30 against Dominican Republic, CONCACAF second
And you know,
round.
hold on, Peter, sorry. You know what? And hey, that might be the reason. I don't know. Let's just put it out there now, because next thing you come out now and somebody gonna link you and say, "Yo, you know something wrong." Maybe. I know though. I know for a fact that leading up into the '98 campaign, when we went to the semi-final round, Jamaica was playing night games, going up to the semi-final round.
Mm-hmm.
I remember clearly that report about when the international reporters used Stadium East and reported on Stadium East like it was a national stadium. When the hole in the wall, the goat on the field, blah blah blah, and they showed pictures of it and show cartoons of it. And I remember clearly that FIFA came in and they even had a reduction in tickets that Jamaica could have sold for some games because of the security issues. And I remember that part of the security issues was with the lighting in the can I remember, if you remember back then, parking lot the dark. You remember the parking lot the dark, man. But I'm not talking over by the netball court. I talk behind the stadium where you go around on that Olympic on the Olympic way. What the road name? Road that's so the dark.
Where you talk about Rona where? Nannyville?
Like you go around Nannyville. Road that's so the dark, man.
Yeah.
So when you think about back in MD, and part of it was security. And I remember that the start time was affected by it. And maybe they found out because one of the first games was Jamaica versus America. I was remember sitting at bleachers until Lalas come up on the field and Lalas turned red like shrimp. I would say, yo, America dead. This is the side of our chart, man. Got about them, hey, Lalas are run and I went and dance to the reggae. I had 5 minutes, the whole team run back in I would say, yo, the man them hot. The third game when they pull down Sewell. I never forget it. They pull down Dean Sewell jersey from the back and they never get the penalty.
Yeah.
Maybe after that, they say, yo, you don't really have an advantage. But I know the time, the original time was changed because of the security.
Yeah. But regarding the light, because last year I attended Champs. Yo, the parking lot still, yeah, if they want night, yo, last year Champs, they want night catching. Yo, last year Champs, you see, we exit before 4x4 come and say, yo, we don't want night catching, oh my. Even though they do fireworks afterwards, you have to stay from over there. Reach back at the place, have to stay, reach back at the yard, have to stay at the yard and watch the fireworks from the location. Come on. But don't want night, you know what I'm saying, yo, a road, time for we do road, brother. Come on.
Chop them on the road, brother.
Yeah, man, but so, all right, so family, we have to do a watch along, providing it's not in the middle of the work day. Because, we have to do it 9 to 5. But, of course, hopefully this current schedule is that the game is set for 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, 6:30 Jamaican time. And Mr. Chong said the lights should be upgraded and ready to go, according to Independence Park. So we're going to just take them at the word and just until, hopefully, watch the space, we'll update the family on this situation. But Junior, it's a good thing you remember because I totally forgot. Because Camon did send a message about this, the light. So big up Camon also remind us about that. Before we go, somebody did ask about the Reggae Girls, and we just want to make sure that we highlight what took place yesterday regarding that game. Reggae Girls picked up 4 from Brazil. Hubert Busby returned to some would say his old, back to his seat, Junior. 4-0. Do you have any comments regarding this game?
My issue is my major issue is Jamaica when they last played against Brazil was a draw, right?
Yes, in the World Cup.
I will kick them out of the World Cup.
Yeah.
We kicked Brazil out of the World Cup. And your next game after that against the same Brazil, you got run off the field. That is a downgrade. You're stepping back. And I'm sorry, I don't want to hear nothing about financial support. I don't want to hear nothing about politics. The game is played on the field and you have your level. Granted, you never have your best player in Bonisha, and she would have made a huge difference, right? But still, 4-love is 4-love. And from 0-0 to 4-love, and worse is a whole side Brazil use. Marta, Christian, them there's a whole footballer. They're not supposed, that side not supposed to beat a 4-love. So we're stepping backwards. That's my worry. That's my fear. When Jamaica had the craziness going on between the federation and the better players, and you not make it to the World Cup, my issue at the time was you might be slipping down a slope that you cannot recover. So I'm worried.
The way I look at this game, I didn't expect. In fact, I am actually somewhat. I expected a result. I expected a larger result, and a larger beating, a defeat by a larger margin. You know, for the non-Jamaican listeners, I expected a butter bruise from Brazil to Jamaica. Ultimately, this team is coming back together after the whole Cascas. And yes, they're supposed to know each other, but they're also coming back together after the World Cascas under a manager that, yes, they're supposed to know, but they have to reestablish those connects and reestablish how they plan to play. It was quite interesting after at the pre-match presser for this game. Hubert Busby was asked by a Brazilian journalist. The journalist said to him, I'm trying to remember her name, said to him that you guys played us in the World Cup and you came away with a 0-0 draw, or you came up with a draw with a very defensive approach. Lauren Donaldson is no longer with the group. You are now with the group as a leader. Are you going to be taking the same sort of defensive approach in your style of play, in your philosophy in these games? And he kind of danced around the question, but ultimately he said that we want to build on that sort of defensive mindset that Lauren set up, and then build on that. So I said I look for some improvements in the next game. Of course, the first game 1 of game 2, they will play on June 4th. I don't expect them to get 4-love on June 4th. Now, I expect them to probably get 2 or 3. But I do expect that it will take a time to kind of get this group back functioning optimally again.
Hold on. All right, hold on. So Jamaica's calling card in the World Cup was defense, right?
Yeah.
One thing that doesn't leave you is how to play defense.
It shouldn't.
I don't care.
It shouldn't.
I don't care how long you haven't played together. If you are still physically fit, you should be able to play defense. You picking up 4, maybe the approach to the game was a little bit different. Or maybe the approach to the game is not as serious as it was in the World Cup. If that's what we want to go with, then fine. But again, as a fan of the team, seeing that we were on par with Brazil at the World Cup, I was hoping that we would stay on par with them in a friendly.
Yeah.
And we're not.
So, do we think that our team, the Reggae Girls at the World Cup, is on par with the Brazil team, the big Brazil side?
They proved it.
Okay.
They made it to the second round. Brazil didn't.
Okay.
So I mean,
Brazil played in CONCACAF Women's World Cup, which the Reggae Girls didn't.
That is whose fault is that?
That is the Reggae Girls and the JFF fault. But those minutes are valuable, right?
I agree.
Those minutes are valuable. I do understand the point regarding I for these two games, I'm just looking to see where we're at and what are the improvements going from game 1 to game 2. Now, if you come out game 2 and you get your head kicked off, you get 8 in a game 2, we say, well, something not right.
But you know, Brazil can get Jamaica 2-love in game 2 and it'd be worse than the 4-love game.
It could be because it's also about how you play.
Right, and the approach.
Yeah.
And you're playing in Brazil, so I'm not trying to be hard on them, but our standard have to be high. It's just like with the male team playing against Dominican Republic. We don't really want to hear no ball. We're not go there and fix up a side you're supposed to fix up. So with you, Jamaica, being on, this should be, you should feel, I don't know, I'm conflicted because...
I understand and I agree with you 100% regarding the standard. You set the benchmark and you set it as high as you possibly can, because ultimately you don't want to settle for mediocrity. You don't want to run in and have name ballers just get picked because of name.
Exactly. So if a baller
want to do that. So I do agree regarding setting the standard. And so the only thing I'm willing to give them, and I am giving them a bit of wiggle room, is the fact that the whole passa, the whole argument disrupt the whole thing, and some of it is their fault, as in the Reggae Girls, and some of it is the JFF fault, and the whole absence of Hubert Busby. Now he's back with the group. So I am just looking to see, all right, we have a standard now, because at some point you have to make a decision on some of these players. Are some of these players, the next World Cup is 2027. This is 3 years away. You don't expect the Swaby sisters to still probably be integral part of your player. It's me deal with where's the next crop of players you want to incorporate. Davian, Richards, young Burnett and the likes. Israel Groves and those players.
It's a positive vibration of bus made there. If I said them for leave the college ball at them at school and junior ball and now improve. Leave my baby Caddy alone enough.
Yeah. And so ultimately, I'm looking forward to see what will happen. And again, just to remind listeners of the squad, people have know the squads, of the Reggae Girl squad down in Brazil. Sydney Schneider, Rebecca Spencer, Brooks, Leah Brooks, Kanya Plummer, Chantel Swaby, Alison Swaby, Denisha Blackwood, Vian Simpson, Naya Cardoza, Lauren Reed, Jade Bailey, Drew Spence, Atlanta Primus, Peyton McNamara, Israel Groves, round out midfielders, Tiffany Camera, and Kayla McKenna, Paige Bailey, Gale, Trudy Carter, Cameron Simmons, Amelia Van Zanten, Jody Brown, Davia Richards, round out the strike. Strikers for the Reggae Girls. So make sure it's put this right up here so people them say me not show them a thing. But yeah. So I want to see some minutes from some of the young players in the next game. I mean, we saw the starting 11 for this game. We saw the minutes, and so this is essentially getting players minutes and getting them just get the team, the group back together.
And positive vibrations of Swaby is young.
Which one?
Which one? Yeah, I
And it's
hold on.
yeah, but
Yeah, go ahead.
and regarding, I think the talk about Sade. Yeah, Alison is 27 years old. She has scored goals, you know. I mean, and so this is good for her. This is good. Michelle, Michelle's daughter, she's scoring goals, and so ultimately, the way I look on this thing, Junior, is that not because you score goals means you automatically. Again, it's a standard. We want to set the
David
standard.
Trezeguet.
Eh?
David Trezeguet.
Yeah, yes, exactly. So it's good. She has scored goals. I want to keep her grinding and doing her craft. And but at the same time, if Trudy Carter now contribute to the team, Trudy Carter is supposed to be in the team.
Not nowhere near the team.
Yes, not supposed to be in the team.
Yes.
So we have to go.
Jody Brown as well.
Jody Brown as well. So those things need to get sorted out regarding Hubert Busby. Now he's back, and he want to have to make some decisions regarding those things. But I am happy that Sadia has score goals.
Yes. Yeah.
Because that's the only thing she can control. Score goals, and happy for Tiffany Cameron and Cameron Simmons and the group. But looking forward to the next game. The next game is on the 4th.
So, yeah, go ahead. I have a little bit of a breaking news.
Go ahead, Junior, with the breaking news.
Breaking news. Theodore Tapper Whitmore will no longer be the head coach of Mount Pleasant Football Academy. The dethroned Ray Neville Jamaican Premier League champion after 2 seasons in charge. Whitmore was informed by the club that his contract would not be renewed when it expires at the end of July.
Wait, them fire Tapper?
I just said that.
Wait,
they're not fire. They're not renewing his contract.
All right. Well, Junior, put it how you want. Put it how you want. Put it. How do you fire Tapper? What is this?
Yo.
What is this? So wait. Hold on. Let me pull you a few people up. What is this? How do you fire Tapper? Junior, you think this was fair? I mean, he won a title last year. Of course, he was dethroned this year by Speed and Cavalier. They made it to the final. So who them are bringing?
Wait. Wait, right? Jerome Wait.
Jerome Wait. Is Jerome Wait coming in?
I don't know. But that's a trade out.
You just throw it out. That's all right, then fire Tapper. This is a surprise. And Tapper does not look happy in this picture at all. Of course.
Yeah, BM sir, what they run with Tapper, what a man can lose work. Positive vibrations on Saturday is the best ball handler in the player pool. That is a huge statement. Drew Spence would like to have a conversation with you. Positive vibration.
Yeah, nah, man. Come on. I mean, Drew Spence is best baller in the pool. Drew Spence is best baller.
He said best ball handler.
Oh, ball handler. Let's see. All right, you know what? I could be, because Kiki Van, you know what? Let me hold on. But it's good. It's good to have a big pool. More players. Family, so what your thoughts on this breaking news that Junior just bust? I mean, regarding Tapper.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Good run, Tapper. Good run. Tapper is out as Mount Pleasant head coach. It started in July, you said. But what do you expect for this? Again, the Reggae Girls will play on Tuesday. Reggae Girls versus Brazil on Tuesday. In the next encounter. What are you looking for in this game? 7 p.m. family.
You say you want to update?
You know what? If I can find a stream, I will. If I can find a link for the game, I will turn on the machine and do a watch along. Let's see. And this is another question I am asking you, Junior. How hard it is? You're privy to negotiating these contracts. How hard it is if you're scheduling a friendly against a Brazil. Brazil team has their TV rights, and how hard it is to say, okay, I want to stream this game to my people on my YouTube channel. There was, when you look at the I don't know if people in Jamaica saw the game, but I couldn't see the game anywhere here. It was all on Brazilian platforms in Brazil. Like O Globo has the rights or something like that.
No, but we run into problems, I believe, with streaming of football games. And I guess we're not ready for pull back that curtain yet. But we run into problems with streaming of football games. You need the demand to supply. Right? We're living in a world right now of mass communication, of mass consumption of streamed products or of communication. You have to consume it at a huge rate, and that costs money, right? And people who owns the rights to those things know the value of it. So if I am a Brazilian, if I own the rights to that game and to stream it, right? And if you, Benton, come in and say, hey, I'm Jamaican, I want to stream the game to my Jamaican people. My question to you then will be, how are you going to ensure it's only Jamaicans watching the game? Because I have true fans of my team that is willing to pay $20 to watch a stream, but you want to stream the game for free. You're taking away $20 out of my pocket. All it's going to take is that person, a fan of Martha, to know that they don't have to pay my $20. They can go over to your stream and watch it for free. So how do I get compensated for that? So you have to pay for that.
Yeah, so what the thing I maybe I'm missing something. The thing I'm thinking of is that when the JFF is negotiating with the Brazilian Federation, the JFF
they have nothing to do with TV. Nothing. They have nothing to do with TV.
So you can't stream it on your JFF YouTube channel?
That's not a part of the negotiation. That's not a part of the game negotiation.
But you put it in.
No, you can't do that. It's not Brazil Federation you're talking to. You're talking to whoever owns the rights to this game.
No, but what may I say? And I get Brazil Federation is streamed. All right, so the game right now is streamed as scheduled for this Tuesday. It's scheduled to stream in Brazil. Globo, right. Zappy, Claro TV, Canal, Goat, Sky Plus, Vivo, blah, blah, blah. All right. It has streaming in Brazil.
Right.
Me and you are the Brazil representative. Me are the JFF. Here's a contract for us to play 2 matches.
Mm-hmm.
I want to stream this on my YouTube channel. We can split some of this earning from my stream.
No. Well, you still think you're talking to the owner of the stream. I'm not the owner of the stream.
Yeah, but the Brazil Federation hands out its TV rights to people to stream it.
We'll have to check that.
Because Brazil's Federation awards the TV contract to people.
I don't think so.
Yes.
No.
Because all right.
You know who I think might own. You know who I think might negotiate that? Oh. The stadium, the infrastructure.
No, the Brazil Federation. Brazil
Infrastructure.
Federation has a TV contract with an entity that stream or produce their games.
Right.
All right, just like behind the scene right now, we are deal with them local people down a corner.
Right.
Yes, and then people they say, yo, we have a deal with this fussy over here, so for stream the game then. But you can come in on this level and do that over there, so.
Yeah, but
That,
the money that is
a
being
federation
discussed,
over there, so.
but the money that is being discussed by us with them over there, sir, is not the same money that is being discussed between Brazil and Jamaica. So how do you monetize that?
Yes.
Because the thing
And how do you monetize it? Because the Jamaican Federation is saying to Brazil, like, whatever we earn from streaming, it's a percentage. We have a guaranteed lock of 5,000 people going to be watching this game, for example, in our region. Because we are looking for the game left, right, and center, and we can't find the game.
All right, so what is stopping JFF? What is stopping the social media representative for JFF? I have a tripod that I use to record my son's basketball games. What is stopping JFF from using the same tripod? I use my phone to record the games. What is stopping JFF, the social media person, from hooking it up to the tripod, going to Facebook Live, going to YouTube Live, and just streaming the game like that? Nothing is stopping them from doing it. Nothing.
Does JFF even have a tripod? The man them can't find.
Well, that is so. We're talking now about lack of vision, lack of foresight.
But
And
this is not vision, Junior. There's nothing magical or genius about this.
it's not magical or genius, but I think it's down to this. And for people who don't know, the last time I checked, 10,000 streams equal one sale.
Yeah, okay.
Right? So when you talk about music, and it's the same thing with video consumption or with our YouTube page. For us to say that we went gold, which a gold is 1,000 sales, right? 1,000 copies sold. We would need to have 10 million streams.
Okay, so the numbers is not worth it, is what the JFS is saying.
Right. It's not worth for me for pay a social media person to fly, go to that game, set up, stream, because I have to feed him or her, I have to put them in a hotel, I have to pay for for transportation, plus I have to pay them for them service.
Okay.
What is my return on it? Nothing. So my next option, Brazil, you're streaming the game. Can I tap into your stream? Brazil will say, well, I charge $20 a person for stream. Why should I give it to you for you stream to your people for free? And my people can say, wait a minute, the same stream over there is for free? But I'll pay $20. But I'll go over there and go pay for it. You have to go pay me for that. So all of those things come into play. And they just don't want to do it. You remember the under 17 games, I think the under 17 World Cup qualifiers or whatever, when JFF streaming it, and somebody sit down with a cell phone on YouTube Live and said so. I'm literally streaming the game like that. But somebody sit down there and there is value there. Why is there value there? Because people love those high school footballers that are playing. Right?
Yeah.
Friends and families of those players would like to watch that stream. So we guarantee that.
All right. There's a service. I don't know if it still exists in the U.S. ball circle. Mike Cujo. And Mike Cujo was some people just stream things on their phone and stream the content, i.e. some local Bush League ball game. You go over Mike Cujo's YouTube page or whatever it is Junior and him bridging them a stream with them cell phone, but Mike Cujo page locked because one bag of people over there watch ball game.
Right.
So if Mike Cujo and them Bush League streaming thing can come up with that, then why JFF as a big entity can't, because simply this. Me I say, you are play Brazil. Are you forget Brazil? You are reggae girls, and you have a fan of followers who are watch your games. Make the thing accessible. You can't make the thing accessible in this technologically advanced era for people.
If they were that smart, Benton, if they were that smart, they would stream Business House 6-a-side. You know how much people would sit down and watch a 6-a-side scrimmage game on asphalt.
Salad bus a Business House ball game.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talk asphalt field, I'm not talk of regular field.
But these them from Africa do it. Cause we sit down and watch the African them a stream. In fact, when we did a Ghana, I see the man them a stream. I'm look at 7-a-side ball game. And when you go up on the stream, one bag of people that on here watch.
I give you one better. The high schoolers in Jamaica, if not Dunoon, one of them school, a youth have a stream where the youth them done school and them go up on the badminton court and then play a ball.
Yeah.
And the man have a professional looking stream, sit down there streaming and commentating the man them in them khaki and everybody at the school are watching.
Yeah.
But JFF can't do it. Yeah, and JFF can't pack a stadium Thursday.
So wait, so you can't
pack a stadium.
You can't
There are a bag of people internationally will love to watch the ball game.
So you can't pack a stadium and you can't stream. So then how as an advert as a man who sell chicken, how I want, if I'm selling best dressed chicken and you forward to me to sponsor or partner with you, my chicken still, what sort of incentives I'm getting for partner with you, give you money for broadcast, and what new market you going to have my product tap into?
Exactly. So that conversation.
You don't pack a stadium and you don't stream. And your social media platform is not up.
That is the problem. So hey.
So my chicken still a sell, chicken back a sell, chicken a sell.
So JFF, fix up the thing.
And
CONCACAF, fix up the thing.
And maybe there's an infrastructure part of it too. Where is there an infrastructure part of it where, of course, with the stream you need reliable internet service. Is there a part?
Listen. I got invited to Mbappé Jerk Festival. This is before COVID. I had a show called Reasonings, and we got invited to do a stream of Reasonings at Mbappé Jerk Festival, where we were able to stream to the radio station that I was used to play on at the time. We sat down in a tent after them hotel we. Take care of it, give it driver, carry go to the venue in a one little sprinter bus. When we reach, the man them have a tent, and the brother said, "Here is your Ethernet wire. Here is your Wi-Fi code. You alone have access to this Wi-Fi. You can plug this into your computer and stream." And none of the stream dropped. We streamed Sanchez, I-Octane, one of the performance for the radio station. No issues. And I would tell you this, Jamaica internet. The internet at Jamaica is stronger and better than the internet in the US if you want to stream stuff. The commercial internet is more accessible and better.
Okay.
So it's nothing. All it takes is a little vision, a little force. But the problem is, everybody is willing to try. It's like this show. We're entering our 6th year right now. A lot of people want to do a podcast, and them started, and in the back of their mind, them looking at Goldbridge, them looking at this, them looking at that. This person have 1 million followers. This person have 100,000 views. And me starting, and I can't even get my Bridget for even retweet my stream. This is discouraging, right? It's always hard to start. You can see the value in it, but because you don't see the return on the value, you say, no, I'm not going to do it. And I think GFF is caught in that in terms of looking down the long run.
Okay.
If you think about it, Benton,
Yeah.
go on YouTube and put Jamaica World Cup qualifying 1998. You have no Jamaican produced videos. You have Mexico produced videos, America videos, Costa Rica videos, El Salvador videos, and you can happy visit Jamaica if they played against them. Think about the ball that was dropped by a company that could have. You could have chronicled that.
Yeah, man.
You know much
money. We have left money upon the table.
You know much man that wants to sit down and watch that whole World Cup qualifying game.
Yeah, man. Left money.
So think about no. It's a JFF. Just and YouTube free.
Yeah, but it's not even just YouTube, right? Facebook also stream.
Free.
I see CONCACAF has gotten heavily into streaming and again I like the people them around the corner around so. Because
you want to say no, I want we wait.
No, say them people that want to stream from navel string football all the way to big because
those are the views that better than the views of ball chat because paper the side yet.
Yeah, but you see the vision. You see the vision of what they're doing because they are saying to themselves like, look, from navel string up, there is an audience for watch. Because enough of it. In fact, you and I sat here recently and watched Headley Cup cricket where some youth are stream.
Yes.
And with their work and we are watching the game and I say, okay, and how many people there on the stream? Enough people there on the stream and watch. So, JFF, you know.
Jamaica finals will just play one day with Tapper just losing walkover. That have 500 times the amount of people that are going to be in the stadium.
Yes.
Stream the damn thing, man.
Yeah, stream the thing. All right, so Reggae Girls versus Brazil, 7 p.m. If I can find a stream, I will. Junior, should I get a VPN? Will this rectify that?
Those are the views of Benton, not the views of Barchat. FCC, we know nothing about what was just said.
But that was a slip of the tongue, family.
Yo.
All right, some quick hits. We are going where we are. Quick hits. We want to get your thoughts on some quick hits. Some important news that happened and we never get a chance to touch them. It's official, Junior. The worst kept secret in the history of football. Kylian Mbappé to Real Madrid. Fabrizio Romano, the big man in the transfer space, spoke about it. Kylian Mbappé is a Real Madrid player. The expected announcement is this coming week. Julian Lauren on ESPN also discussed it this weekend. Also a French reporter. Junior, the general are going Real Madrid.
Rich get richer.
Rich get richer.
I want to see the fallout because there's no way Real Madrid is going to keep all those players. No way. No way.
General. Some questions are just one question that seemed to be circling around Kylian Mbappé. You've heard it. I don't know if it's kind of a lazy journalism or not, but me just gonna ask it anyway. There is some sort of narrative out there that Kylian Mbappé is kind of a spoiled, and his personality might necessarily based on the reports out of PSG and blah blah blah. Will there be any sort? Do you envision any sort of personality issues rolling into Real Madrid from a Kylian Mbappé? Because I guess the context is that you have big ego, egomaniac, as they portray him. I don't necessarily see him as that way, but I don't know him. They know him in some aspects.
You can't tell he has a huge ego. Yeah. He's an egomaniac. But
do you see and envision any issues going into Real Madrid?
As long as his ego doesn't outweigh his value. As long as the BS that he brings doesn't outweigh the value, they will live with it. Ronaldinho famously used to party, and coaches had a problem with him partying before games. are partying after games, right? And as soon as his play deteriorated enough to where I can't overlook the party anymore, we ship out Ronaldinho. It's the same thing for Mbappe. Whatever it is that you are, just make sure the value that you bring is higher than the trouble that you bring.
Yeah, the supersede. I mean, I like Kylian Mbappe. I think Kylian Mbappe is a general. I like how as a youth, him set him targets and he aspire and I get it and exercise the necessary requirements to get it. Based on reports from long time, the money are Real Madrid, the money I say. Real Madrid, the money are Cristiano Ronaldo fan from long time. So
Yep.
Real Madrid, the money I say. And ultimately, it's how he dictated getting to this place because we saw his growth from Monaco to PSG, how PSG tried to move him few years when Madrid came calling and he said, no, I'm not, you don't tell me where I'm going, I decide where I'm going. And then
He's also the last big money baller.
and yes, and then subsequently, most of us in the space thought that he would have gone to Real Madrid two years ago, and there was nothing signed according to Fabrizio Romano, but there was a lengthy discussion, and the key thing that Fabrizio said that really transpired to help facilitate this current move is that Kylian Mbappe, when he decided not to join Real Madrid 2 or 3 seasons ago, he picked up the phone and called Florentino Perez himself and said, boss, this is not the time, unfortunately, me I go stay us up, but let's keep the channels going. And if that's an accurate assessment, I have to give him credit for that, for being a big man about it and say, yo, brother, this is not the time right now.
And he also reportedly did not field or entertain any other offers once it became obvious that he wasn't going to re-sign with PSG. He was going to move on. So and reportedly because he did not want to disappoint Perez a second time.
Yeah.
So in all of this, Perez come out being the big man.
Yeah, Perez definitely. BM says Mbappe and Jude should be interesting to watch. Jude is also an egomaniac.
I've heard that. There are reports out, and where there's smoke, there's fire. There are reports of some things where Jude insists on happening. That does happen, especially on the field. But again, if you're talent,
like what? Please film me.
I think there's a thing about the playing position. He insists.
Okay.
On playing as a 10.
As a 10.
I've seen reports, or not reports. I've seen tweets and posts about it. And where there's a smoke, there's fire. So we'll see. But at the end of the day, if the man go out there and play ball, the man they play ball.
Yeah, but ultimately this is something where is apparent. This is why you can't have no chicken coach, so to speak. This is why you have a big snapper in a man like Carlo the Don Angelotti, a coach.
Right.
Because you can't just tell them man to say you're not on the certain things, right? Them man they has seen it all, been around, and so I do expect, regardless of what happened, they will still have success. Because if anything that was evident in this game yesterday and throughout the season is that since Karim Benzema left, Real Madrid did not really replace that out-and-out goal scorer. And so now here you are, that theoretically replacing him. I'm excited to see this group and how it goes about it.
Yep.
So they're gonna make the announcement, and then he's gonna be off. They're expected to make the announcement this coming week, and then he's gonna be off to the Euros. But while we were away, last quick hits before we go. Hansi Flick is now Barcelona's manager.
Is he?
Yes, Hansi Flick, according to FC Barcelona, they've had announced Hansi Flick as their manager. Is there something else that we're missing here, Junior?
Is he registered?
Yeah, this says, Baltak, why are you so extremely low when you speak in comparison to the other guy? You just keep getting lower in tone when you are speaking. I have to keep turning up and down my stream. Yeah. Weird. So the audio, I don't know. We shouldn't be low.
We'll check that. We'll check that.
We'll check it, family. My apologies. You know, Junior, yes, I am a low speaker. Definitely, I am a low speaker, and Junior is a much more higher tone speaker, right? So,
but that's a mouth big.
Yeah. Junior is definitely a more louder speaker than I. That's a good point. Very good point. My apologies. I need to do some speaking thing, but Hansel Flick Junior. Hansel Flick.
What about him?
I mean, so is a successful appointment? I mean, not successful, but is that a good move?
I don't trust none.
Yeah, this is better. So that's all right. Cool. Yes.
I don't trust.
Thank you.
I trust no non-Spanish, non-Catalan. I don't know. Something just don't feel right. Something just don't feel. I don't know if Barcelona is about to enter into a revolution. Because we've seen this revolution before. I can argue that LVG. Was it LVG? Who? LVG was one of Coach Rivaldo, right?
Junior, just time with Hansel Flick, no man. We don't want to go for that LVG, brother.
No, but it's the same thing. It can be the same thing.
Same thing.
No, because at the time you had a juggernaut in Real Madrid that you have no chance of overtaking right now. So what you do? You take the time and you slowly build. Hansel Flick could be hired right now to slowly build. We know Real Madrid is a juggernaut for the next 3-4 years. But we're going to slowly build aside.
No, but we just said that ball is played on the field, not on paper.
Benton,
We don't care about juggernaut on paper.
Barcelona have no chance against Real Madrid this year, Benton. Come on, Ben.
Stop it.
Come on, Benton. Come on.
Stop it. Barcelona is back. And Hansel Flick actually said...
No, what you just say a while ago?
Barcelona is back. I mean, here is the thing. They have squad, They have the players. Remember Barcelona pulled quite a few levers last year, right? To win Champions League. And Xavi couldn't do it. But ultimately, they still have the same squad with an inclusion of some young players. I mean, they saw some, they have some very promising young players. Pedri, Gavi, Kubasi, Yamal. So it's all about can Hansel Flick press the right buttons?
I just added Kylian Mbappé. What's your answer?
We're getting rid of Rafinha. Yeah, I mean, it's La Liga. I mean, yes, Real Madrid is the standard bearer right now. But remember, Real Madrid went through 32 years of drought without winning a continental title from 69 to 96, or 60-something to 96.
I'm not denying that.
So periods happen, and Madrid are going through them period right now, are the big fears.
Right.
Barcelona is trying to fix some issues.
Right. And this is a perfect time for them to do it. While Real Madrid is on them high water mark, you take the time and build your side slowly. And one thing about Hans, he can coach. And his football is expansive, his football is attacking, attractive, right?
Yes.
Which
yes.
It fits the Barcelona model.
Yes.
So he'll be all right.
No, but the issue or the curiosity I have is whether because his teams are usually playing pretty up-tempo football, and I don't know if some of the old foot in Barcelona current squad are gonna be up to playing high-tempo football.
So that means that them just say Hansen will have to change his approach to the game. We have seen it was a Hansi Flick. Who did take over Germany and get run out of this outside side quick? Was it Hansi Flick?
Yeah, Hansi Flick did a stint with Germany. He was the German coach for.
And he tried to bring the high octane for, and Germany just wasn't ready for it.
What? So this is recently?
Yeah, I could have sworn it was him.
Yeah, I mean he left. Remember, he left Bayern Munich to take over Germany, right?
Right.
And if my memory serves me right, and yeah, now Germany has a different manager.
Yep.
You know, so he coached Germany from 2021 to 2023, and I mean I the European I'm looking at there wasn't any major achievements that I can see from him at Germany as when he was I don't see any major.
Right.
So you're right. You're absolutely right. And actually, now that I think about it, I think the gamble to go to the German national team probably when he left Bayern Munich was a mistake.
Yep.
Because Julian Nagelsmann was probably waiting in the wings. And then Nagelsmann got sacked by Bayern Munich. And them say, yo, it's Nagelsmann ready. So, as for Xavi Hernandez Jr., Barca's former manager, your assessment of his time, because Barca turned party shop from long recently, and did he leave the team in a better place than when he saw it?
Of course. I mean, we've seen Barcelona sign Braithwaite. We've seen Barcelona sign my buddy used to play for Manu, the Dutch brother. You see them go for some players who make you sit down and say, why? How? What are you thinking? Xavi at least brought back some normalcy. He brought back some normalcy to the Catalan club. And now Hansi Flick probably coming in now to bring in that professionalism. I think Xavi don't have that professionalism. Xavi is a player's coach, and he knows what a good team look like and can put a good team out there. Now, can he build a structure of development from youth to adult, from an old player to a new player, something like that? You know?
Do you send back, I know we get, it's a special show. Again, Football Family, we're on summer break for our normal show, and the family them requested that we have a show for the World Cup qualifiers coming up. So we're just doing that. We're just taking a time out and discussing some football before we go back to our summer break. And summer break mainly is focusing on watch-alongs and interviews, dropping interviews with people. We have a few interviews lining up to drop soon. Junior, what do you do with Joao Felix if you're Hansi Flick and Joao Cancelo?
You already. I mean, Joao Felix. Hansi Flick. I don't think that's on Hansi Flick. The coach might request like, yo, I can't use this guy, I can't use that guy. But Barcelona are going to have to figure out something to do with the players that Hansi Flick don't want. And is Joao Felix one of those players? I would think so. But we'll see.
Yeah, Jamaicans funny, Hey, big up to Elon Musk admirer on Twitter or X or whatever. Elon Musk admirer said regarding Tapa quote, he disrespected his first coach too much. He cannot prosper anywhere he goes. It's what you give, you get in return. Karma. I wish first team coach About this, how Tapa disrespect?
Remember Tapa miserably, but right.
Yeah, big up to Elon Musk admirer who said that, him disrespect him first team coach too much. So, yeah, him dark still, him ignorant. Him dark, angry and miserable. In particular voice. Junior, that I know. That.
Yeah. This episode walk off your super chat if you wanted to donate. In time, this episode, right now a family show. In time.
In time, family.
All our family.
Yeah, man. Bless up. Any other thing you want to touch before we go watch along Thursday?
Let's see what happened this Thursday.
Let's see what happened Thursday. Big up to the family. Big up to everyone. Bless up to all the new subscribers. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Reggae Boys this Thursday. If we hear anything regarding the light, we will let you know. Appreciate the vibes. Big up to the family. Salute and respect. Big up to all the man that we run watch along. The man them over there. So big up military and the entire MG Sports and the entire crew. A lot of watch alongs coming up. Connect with us and I see the man I work hard. Yeah, they are doing Lyft and Uber out there. Bless.
Big up the hard workers. Big up the Lyft, the Lyft for Uber. Big up the truck drivers as well.
Big up.
Big up.
Big up to the people that working hard out the road. Go on, do your work. Chad the road, family. Do your thing. Bless up. Chad safely out the road. Connect with us on Instagram at Ball Chat Podcast. We're on X at Ball Chat 1. Again, big up Elon Musk admirer. Big up yourself. We're on Facebook at Ball Chat. TikTok at ballchat_podcast. You can email us at ballchat at gmail, ballchatpodcast at gmail.com. Junior, Thursday, again, 7:30, providing that there's light.
Let's see how the lights are.
Let there be light. Reggae Boys World Cup qualifiers kicks off this Thursday. We're gonna run the family.